Good afternoon, folks. How are you doing? I'm making a hardware change here, so things sound funny or broken. Please do let me know. This is all new. I've tried it on some test streams, but it's got a lot more knobs to tweak, a lot more things that can go wrong. Hopefully, the audio is actually better. I'm using a mic that I found works better with my voice. Doesn't sound, it gives it a little bit more fullness, catches more of the. Anyway, I think it should sound better, not worse. But as with all tech, things can go wrong. It's going to take some adjustment. Let me know if things sound funny. Getting ready to play my favorite game in a very, very long time, Stray. I'm really curious to see at the end of this thing what kind of after game there is. Do you get back? What do you get back? Do you get to go back and just wander around? Is it just through multiple playthroughs that you experience this? I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I'm hoping that there is some kind of additional game modes or exploratory things, or I hope they release some DLC. Because I don't remember the last time I was this well immersed in a game world. It's beautiful, it's rich, it's detailed, the writing's really good, the characters are great. Every single character, the NPCs and everyone, from the thinnest character to the ones that are the most fleshed out, they did such a great job. And of course, there's the cat. Who doesn't love the cat? The cat, so it turns out, if you haven't heard this, is actually based on a real cat. You can look up pictures. Looks very much like the cat in the game, and the real cat's name is Monta. So I don't know if they actually sampled him for the sounds and whatnot. I'm kind of hoping they did. But that's the thing. So I'm actually going to sit here. I'm just kind of bantering. I have some crew on the side who are, I'm hoping, listening. And I got a confirmation. I'm hoping to hear some feedback from folks on whether or not this is working out, or if it needs some adjustment. Is it too loud, too quiet? I tell you, I'm finding it virtually impossible to get a really ideal positioning for the mic. Like this one is most of the time what I've been using up to this point is just a snowball. It's an inexpensive mic. Audio people apparently loathe them. I think it's done a fine job for an affordable mic, and it's been on a little teeny tripod. The downside has been with the cord and everything else, I've got to set it like right in front of myself. And so I have to push the keyboard back. It kind of gets in the way. So between that and, it doesn't sound as nice as, there are a lot of mics that'll sound better. The one I'm using now is one I used for some amateur voice work when I was reading my own, like doing audio of my own blog entries back when I used to write about games. I like what it does to my voice, and it is... Oh, there's... My wife didn't follow me on Twitch. I'm so sad. Hey, extra follower. Hey, Teal. Anyway, it's set up so that it can go in a shock mount, and there's some other things that make it so I can kind of suspend it in front of myself better. It's still a lot more intrusive than I would like, but at least it's not like right in my face. I can see my screen. Oh, she followed my other... Yeah, well, that's part of the problem too, is I've got like a billion different accounts out there. It's like a side hobby. It's just making new accounts on all these different platforms. I wrote some tools so that when I want to look up a potential username, and I want that name to be available on all platforms, and also like make sure the website's available, I wrote a little tool called Moniker that will actually go out and check a bunch of different services to see if an account name is available. Comes in kind of handy. Haven't updated it in forever. I think a bunch of the different platforms that it checks are now broken, so I have to go back and fix it, and I haven't needed to. Sounds good, really clear. Deep high tones sound good. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right. Enjoy your nap, sweetie. Thank you. I keep saying that I need to get Teal on the stream, like we can do a sort of a duo thing. And now I have an extra mic. We can hook up both of them. So I think it would be fun. It'd be fun to kind of play off one another. Night night. That would be fun. I agree. All right, why don't we get the game going? And yeah, I'm in jail. That's where we ended yesterday. So I'm in the Midtown section. Midtown is my favorite level in the game so far. Except for the part where all the terrible little beasties are chasing me. I've loved every level, just everything, every stage of the game has its own character, has something to appreciate about it visually, in terms of the audio, the music, the story that you find out there. Midtown has been just great. I said before, I have this weird hope that someday someone will create something that's kind of a hybrid between a social network and a game, where you go and you actually have to like get an apartment and you stay in a fixed place. Like, you know, they raise the stakes somehow so that, you know, it's you want to build up. You want to move into a neighborhood. Your neighbors are your neighbors, just like in real life. Some of them are great, some are not so great. Maybe you can do some matching based on that. But rather than specifying the whole game, the basic idea is I'd like there to be a sort of a, you know, virtual counterpart to the I have a spot in this space, you know, in the social network. And I would love the team that did this game to do the city that makes up that network. I think that would be a blast. It's a weird, very specific request, but I can hope. All right. Off to jail we go. And I don't know Jamie's schedule, but I know Jamie is a regular viewer on the channel. It's kind of my co-host a lot of the time. I tease him about that, and I think he kind of rejects it, but it's kind of true. We bounce off on one another really well. Poor guy's got COVID. Took him long enough. Like, what, 2 years in? Come on, man, get on it. Well, you didn't have a COVID party? You didn't intentionally? Sorry, I could go on, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, maybe we'll see Jamie today, maybe not. Maybe Nikki will stop by. I don't know who's available. I normally don't stream on Sundays. But right now, I only play this game while I'm streaming. And I really want to play the game, so I'm streaming a lot more this week. Okay, all I can do is this. Yeah. Maybe I can look around a little bit. Aww. Oh, they haven't moved like it's scared. Oh, poor thing. Oh, clever kitty. Haha. I'm going to take a look this way just real quick. Hello, kitty. Coming at you in 3D. Let's see. Also doing an AMA stream again today. You know, that's kind of a non-thing for me, really, because I don't get viewers. I don't have a lot of flash on the channel. I've got nothing to draw people in, so it's all regulars, and they know they can ask me anything anyway. So what you gonna do? Oh, okay. Let's drop here. Yeah. And whoops, no. What we'll do, we'll jump up here and then go up to that one and then over here. Come on. There we go. Ooh, why is it all red? One thing I'm worried about with the audio in this, you know, anyone who cares to pay attention, is I think that as I turn my head more, it's going to be a little more sensitive to, like, look away, like it's very directional. I'm not sure it's the best mic to use for this. I know there are a couple Shure mics that are like tried and true standards for radio and audio and that kind of thing, you know, like voice stuff. May look into one of those at some point. Okay, this did not help at all. Jump down onto there? I can't. There we go. Probably going to be some more sneaky stealth parts, right? But right now, we don't know, so we just gotta walk out in the hallway. Ooh. What is going on there? Is that anyone I know? No, it's some other poor soul. I'll get you out if I can, bud. Let's see if I can jump through the little food slot there. What? Oh. Can I go in there? I wonder if we are supposed to, like, figure out how to set him free. There? It's something. Unfortunately, no. Oh, geez, I'm so deep in thought. I wasn't even paying attention. I was sitting there thinking about the game, and I do this is why school, like every grade from kindergarten through college, was hard, because it'd be like my mind, whoop, heads off on its own little journeys. Just turns on a dime. Okay, I can't just run through this. There's gotta be some way, something I haven't figured out about how to either distract them or... Oh. I can't even go back down there. Wait, did he open the door down there? Weird. Okay. Hang out here for a minute. No. I didn't think I'd get that close. Nope. Go. Shoo. Okay, I need to keep my brain here. No wandering. I'll try going that way in just a minute. No. Up there. Come on, up. Yeah. Yep, there. There we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, did they take my little vest? I didn't think about that. I can't understand any of the robots. I lost my translator. What do they do with B12? I can't jump through that. Oh, it's a window. It looked like it was open. Just scratch on the door, right? Handy. Everybody likes the beach views. Oh, but I can go through there. Okay. Cute. I'm still thinking about, like, I'm kind of trained to look around for memories. There are not going to be any memories to find for a while, since B12 is elsewhere. Easy enough. Where to? watching out for those lights. I'm waiting for the lights to turn on like all at once. What's with all the displays? Excuse me, all the displays. That looks rough. Okay. There's Jamie. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? I'm actually doing really good. I didn't think I would. I felt like after the game yesterday, man, I felt like just dirt. I had plans, I was going to get stuff done, and I ended up just crashing for the rest of the day. Today, much better. Ooh. How are you feeling? Yeah, see, I knew I could fit through there. Okay, now what? A switch. Oh, just through there. Okay. Ooh. Empty machine. Up we go. Doing good. The game volume is very loud compared to me, and you're feeling good today. Still the tiredness going in and out. Good to know. Let's play with the volume a little bit, shall we? I gotta reach over here. Making... Ooh. That looked bad. That went into the red. I'm going to leave it there for... Ooh, that's still going into the red. I'll try it there. Still red. Let me try turning down the game just a little bit, maybe. Let me leave it there for a minute. See how that does. So yeah, I've got new audio hardware today. Or rather, audio hardware I've not used with this rig before. And it's going to take a little bit to get it tweaked. I'll try it there. It's going into the red just a little bit, but you let me know if it's how it sounds. If the game is still too loud compared to my voice, I'll turn down the game just a little bit. Okay. Kitty has to face the lasers. No, it sounds like you're doing really good. Like, you know, the fatigue isn't hanging around too long. A little bit of tiredness is normal for what you got, right? So. Oh, look at this fun. Okay, wait a minute. I didn't plan. I'm like, what do I do? Oh, over there. Okay. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You turned down on your side. Okay, is my voice too loud now? I'm guessing that's what that means. see. So we got the box to hide in. That's good to know. So I can jump up here. Hey, robot. How you doing? Alright, so I've got to distract him, get him away from the door. Be nice if I could figure out how to turn off the lasers. Yeah, this will be interesting. I'm not sure. Ooh! Don't want a haircut there. Kitty doesn't need a trim. Here. Reaching up, turning that down just a little. Back and forth until we get this right. That looks a lot quieter now. Boy, this thing's touchy. How about now? There we go. Okay. Wait for that to go. I can jump over to the other one, right? Yeah. No! No, cat. Bad kitty. What was that? Oh, good, good. That. There you go. You nutcase. In the box. Jeez, they're everywhere. And get under here and be safe. Woo, just barely. That was close. I don't even know if this is the right way, though. I mean, I can't jump the laser wall there. There's the cord. We gotta go unplug that. Whoa! No, 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 no. No, no. You didn't see anything. Oh, hi. Still, didn't see anything. Because I have a box. Box is magic. I'm simply spare parts. Aha! We knew there'd be a switch. Okay. Boop, boop. Yeah, they're in like heightened alert mode, so I get less time to... There's less room for screwing up here. Patience. Let's just watch for a minute. Yep, there's that one going around the outside. Thing is, there's one just staring. Oh, okay, he turns around too. I was going to say there's one just staring at the little platform where my little friend is. That doesn't help. Okay, I can go through there. Oh, hell. No, no. Run. We just run now. Hello. Box. Oi. Lasers charges are all off. Got that guy out there who comes by now and then. And he just, what, sits there? Oh my gosh, how are you supposed to get by him? Oop. Maybe on that pipe. Okay. Noted. I'll go back in a minute. Come on. Walk right by him. I can't remember if there are any robots in here or not. I hope there aren't. So, after Stray, you have a challenge. You just read about a game called Refund Me If You Can. It's, I think, $4 game that challenges you to beat it in 2 hours. That's fun. It came back for me. I can't believe it. You're a good friend. I'm so glad that we're all together again, but we're not safe yet. We need to find a way out of here. Can you open that door just there? Dude, you're the robot. Nothing? It's up to me yet again. It's on Steam, and apparently it's some maze game that you get where you get chased by a monster. A 2-hour monster chase. That sounds tense. Nice. I get frazzled by the chase scenes in this, and they're nowhere near that. I don't think they do too well with the 2-hour monster chase. Not even to refund my $4. Those sentinels are blocking the way again. They'll spot me instantly. Maybe you can try to bait them into those cells and lock them. Oh, come on. You're asking a lot for a cat. Sure, here I go. Okay, this is the... I just gotta look around a little. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Meat? Oh my goodness. Okay, well I'm guessing there's nothing to it. Let's go in here at least once. So I can kind of see what it's like. So I'll have to hide behind here, lure them in, and then up and over, out, and hit the door. This is going to be a pain in the butt. Woo! Just like that. Again, to their credit, at least the puzzles in this thing behave properly for the most part. You're just zony there. I would hate that so much. Mazes make you go insane, especially in VR. Oh man, yeah. No. Mazes in VR, anything that's too physical, and I'm puking pretty quick. What, again? Okay, I don't even see where the Hey, don't get me in trouble. I only have 758 years left and I'm free again. Whoop. Capone. Nice. Okay. Again, check out the place. Oh, okay. We gotta get them both, right? So we'll try the one door solution here. Oh no, I see. I'm doing it wrong. Hang on. Okay, this is going to be a pain again. Woo! Get out! Oh, cat. Did I do it? I think I did it. Oh, nope, there's one still out. Crud. This sucks. Come on, open it. Oh, I can just run through. I didn't realize that. Close the door. Hello. Now? Yeah, she's coming through. Okay. Wee. Kind of pretty for a jail, really. Perks of being a cat. That's right. See, I'm thinking too much like a human. I need to be the cat. Like this. Should probably go listen to what she has to say first, though. Stay alert. We aren't in the clear yet. Yeah, I know. Okay, do this. So, oh, I thought that just different sidewalk there was actually a security light. This door, it's the only way out of this jail. I think we can open it from that control room over there. But to find a way to get access to that room, though, let's look around. This gonna involve driving a car through something? That would be fun. Ooh, I get to drive. Oh, she's gonna drive. Perks of being a robot. Love the little vehicles. I want one. Okay. Cat's gotta be a robotic. How is he so smart? I know, right? Ooh, careful! No crushing. Oh, that was weird. Watching out for any guards or anything. Oh, what? No. Lady! Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Now it's awesome. At first I'm like, oh, she's abandoning me. Oh, crud. Hang on. Where'd he go? Oh, jeez. Well, this went somewhere I didn't expect. What are you doing? No self-sacrifice. No, no, no. Yeah, sad face. Get out of there. That sucks. So I have a key. I doubt I have... Oh, somehow we still have the battery. They missed that. That's not realistic. But I'm just going to go with it. Don't really feel like music right now anyway. You know what? This is not a chill and listen to some tunes kind of moment. Maybe we hurry. Clementine won't have to... maybe it'll help Clementine somehow. Yesterday when I was playing, near the start, when they were talking about how, oh yeah, Clementine's the one who taught us to cultivate these plants that grow in the dark. I'm like, uh-oh, she's like a human from the company. What are they called? Nico? Maybe she's one of the scientists who made the plants. Is she a good person, a bad person? I was suspecting she was a bad person. Now I feel guilty for that. Oh, that's not it. Poor Clementine. Here we go. Why are the plant people bad? Oh, because I think that the same company that made the plant people are the ones who made the zerks and the eyeball things. I think that they had a bunch of experiments go very, very wrong. Whether they were trying to do something good and it just went wrong, or they just unleashed an accident on the world, I'm not sure. But my hypothesis right now is that they're somehow responsible for the bad thing that happened. So if she were one of their scientists, it was at least possible that she was not such a great person. But like I said, I think I judged too soon. I was hoping that the kitty would get to drive the train. Here we are. Technically, it's the robot driving the train, but you know. There's a scene at the rooftops where you're, going up that elevator to put the transmitter in. That's a Nico Corporation building, and it is just chock full of the zerks and all the other, grotesque, fleshy vine things and the eggs and all that. So that's where I got it. Some light. There we go. I kind of want Kitty to go on a longer trip. Wow. Walled City 99, huh? Well, this is interesting. Huh. What have we got in there? Can we read any of the labels? We've got power or something up on top. There's juice and stuff. Are there people? Oh, so it's Umbrella from Resident Evil. Interesting. Yeah, could be. Hello, how may I help you? Yeah, I was going to say these bots are not infused with human cognition, human soul. Oh, of course. You're... Okay, I had more than once, described this game as possibly Mirror's Edge for cats, and here it is. Minus the annoying guards, of course. It's the glorified Roomba. It is. Yep. I want to help. Oh, you can't see my little kitty prints. How about over here? Nope. City sealed. Oh, wow. Hold on. Take a little survey here. I heard a little glitching. How are we doing for frame rate and all that? Oh, looks good. Looks fine. Such a mood. Listen to that music. Sure. I don't actually want to go out. It made me a little nervous when they looked like they were starting a cutscene. I'm like, I haven't looked around nearly enough. Wow. to get to where I can see even more. This doesn't paint a very hopeful picture, does it? Yeah, control room's over there. I'm going to take a quick peek down this way just to orient myself a little bit. I'm not expecting to find anything else. I think it's all just utility stuff. Oh, it's one of you. Maybe we'll get to, maybe there's another puzzle here. The only reason I'm not saying anything is I worry that I gush too much about details of things, but like architecturally and design-wise, this is phenomenal. This is quite literally next level, game level design. Nothing feels like a placeholder. Everything looks like it has some kind of purpose. It is designed to real-world standards in terms of its the materials and the color scheme and everything. So, Viv and Koola were artists at Ubisoft Games before they did this, and I have to, even more credit to them, because a lot of the times when artists go and they create games, the games are visually neat, or they have some kind of, some flash or some they put on a neat show, but they don't always have a lot of substance. And this gets it right on multiple levels. Anyway, let's see if we can figure out the puzzle here. I'm serious. I love this. Control room is closed by some sort of a security protocol. It says that only humans are authorized to enter. Well, that's you. Yeah, I was going to say. It also says that I'm not considered human. Hey, that's offensive security protocol. Maybe if we work together, we can open this passageway. Yeah. And the music, too. Like, I listen to a lot of ambient stuff anyway. Very, very low-key music. So I like this for itself. The mood it sets here, where it is very subtly kind of telling you're about to find out that, things did not go well, necessarily. So, anyway, we're about to find something about the fate of the human race here, I think. I was wondering if having a biological thing that is slightly taller would help trigger the thing, but it doesn't look like it will. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I can't get up there yet. Yeah. That's what the markings on the ground are for. Did you turn off like you're supposed to? Oh, you did. Good for you. You knew that would come in handy in some other way later, right? Awesome. We have to do the same thing here. We'll leave him there. I don't know if he'll even move anymore. Oh yeah, looks like we'll need someone. Oh, or not. No more peoples. What do you want to bet? Yep. I remember hating them so much. They had everything. Clean space, limitless power, freedom to move. Little good it did them. The plague. I remember now. Let's hear it. Everyone was dying, and they thought they were above it all. They did nothing to help us. I watched my family die. I felt helpless. I couldn't do anything to save them. But I can still help you. We can still go outside together. I will carry the memories of humanity and the people I loved. Bunch of keyboards. I'm going to have to do a keyboard build at some point that is based on one of those. That's like a 75%. I've seen... it would be tough to get all the colors matched, but I bet you could do it. I think I have a goal for a build at some point. I've got like 3 builds in progress right now, so I do not need any more yet. According to the mainframe, no one has been here for years. The whole city is stuck in a lockdown cycle from long ago. If we disable it, we should be able to leave. We'll need to bring the rest of these systems online. These computers hold the data we need. We need to turn them on. While you do that, I'll look for passwords and encrypted keys to get into the system. Come on, hop up. I'm gonna, let me, I know I'm supposed to be working, but I want, since I can see a little better from here. Kind of. Look at that. Yeah, I've gotten into building custom keyboards over the last year or so. I haven't done hardly any. I've done one little ortholinear 40%. That I'll have to post a picture. Actually, do I have a picture on here? Let me see if I have one real quick. I mean, be just a minute. Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. Hopefully it didn't just kill the thing. Oh, yeah, there it is. Now I gotta figure out how to... There we go. There! Hey, I figured it out. So that is my first keyboard build. So like I said, ortholinear, so the keys aren't staggered. 40% meaning it's tiny, and you have to use extra shift keys to get to all the different symbols. No legends. Those are little flat keycaps from a company called Rama Design Works. I love it. Those are all hand loop switches. They're Zelios, so they're a linear. It's an acquired taste, we'll say that. But like I said, I really, really like it. So let me get rid of that now. So yeah, I've got a one that I'm doing that I'm calling Sea Glass because it uses It uses what's called organic glass for the body. It's not glass, it's plastic. But it's got an extra layer to diffuse the lighting in it. So between that and the color of the keycaps I got, it will hopefully look a little bit like that kind of burnished, naturally sand burnished sea glass. I've got a wireless that I'm building for use with my phone that's a little bit more just slightly retro looking. I have a numpad that requires actual soldering and stuff. That's my first soldering project. So odds and ends of things. Oh, and then I have my first group buy, which is where you buy into a project before they've built anything. And I'm building I'm going to try to do a Mirror's Edge themed keyboard. So it's white aluminum frame. It's a 65% keyboard. 60 or 65, can't remember. But anyway, I'm going to say 60. Because 65 I think is more standard, but this one is just a little smaller. Aluminum frame, brass plate in the bottom, and the keycaps I'm using are combinations of black, white, and red to go with the color scheme from the game. We'll see how it all looks. That one is supposed to ship literally within the next week or two here. I've been waiting about 16 months for that one. And that was the first thing I ordered. Okay. Not sure what we're oh, okay, there we go, gotcha. Oh, that's fun. Oh, nope. There we go. Yeah, it can be a little bit of an expensive hobby. But if you're really, like, because of writing and the fact that, like, I also collect typewriters and that sort of thing. I like writing instruments. So I collect fountain pens, typewriters, do the keyboard builds. And the keyboard builds, you can customize them to your heart's content. There are even people who wire up their own wiring harness so that they can build their own frame and everything. People have done some really, really cool stuff. If my future, I don't even know how I'll do this. Like, if I do this, it will be solving a huge manufacturing problem, and so it's not likely. But I would still like to be able to manufacture a variety of hardened, kind of like some kind of hardened glass keys that also have some kind of material in them to control the level of diffusion in the keys from the lights in the keyboard, that kind of thing. We'll see how it goes. Right now it's enough to just kind of play around, learn to solder, build, all that stuff. I've found it. I know how to open the city. Something's off here. Wait, maybe there's a way around it. Oh. System is locked. There, that's a workstation to open the city, but there are several layers of security preventing us from using it. Of course there are. Now we need to do what we do best. Me, I'll hack the machines, and you destroy some stuff. What am I destroying? Like this again? Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to destroy here. Here? Oh, there we go. Nice. Oh, dude. Oh, don't take... Oh, don't. Oh, no. crud. Okay, where is it? Down. Don't electrocute yourself. No, man. Ugh, this sucks. They better not. That's all I can say. If we end the game where it's basically like, if the kitty gets back to his friends, that will be awesome. But if we have to say goodbye to everyone else that we've met along the way, like, I would take that as an ending. I'm not really going to complain. I'm just saying that would be hard. That would be so, so hard. So where are the other... It's probably not the vending machines. Here we go. Don't like the smoke. Don't like the smoke coming off of him. Back up! How do we get you in a body? Come on, let's still like take out one of the janitors. We can put you in there. That's it. We're safe. Listen, I have something to tell you. I knew the power required to disable the city's central control system would be immense. More than this drone body could handle. But with the security now disabled, I can take control of the system and open the city. Overriding it could destroy my software. But I made that choice when I hooked into that first computer, and the consequences it could bring. I'm sorry we... Oh, God, really? Man, I'm sorry we won't see the outside together. I thought I needed to carry on the memories of humanity to hold on to the past. But I see a future in the companions and you. Here, let me take that off of you. No, I want the vest. I finished the Walking Dead comic books, and at the end it skipped years into the future, more than 6 years. And it was so different. It was a world where the sky had zombies as a sideshow attraction. So another bit like a big change at the end. Yeah. You were my friend, the very best I could have asked for. Thank you. Take him anyway. That's not nice. Oh, wow. Yeah, screw you guys. Let's watch him burn. Yeah, poor B12. Slightly inexplicable that the drones just suddenly stop working too, but you know. I'm going to say that was B12 also. He was in the command center, right? He did control everything, so he did that too. He didn't just open the roof, he also took out all the drones. That's a hell of a picture. I know they probably want me to get up, but I'd rather, you know what, I don't think so. I'll just stay here for a while. I don't know, an hour, two. We'll just sit here. That's cool, right? Then all the robots over. I kind of wondered about that for a sec, where they show the Guardian, and he's looking up, and I'm like, uh-oh. Maybe hide in the shadows for a minute. Yeah. Oh. I wanted to hit the button to, I was trying to pick him up. No. Oh, that gets me. Well, we died one at some point, right? Oh, that's interesting. Little walls going up around the rim there. How, yeah, the Guardian screen started glitching a little bit. Yeah, I was wondering, I couldn't tell if that was like reacting to the sunlight or if he was like, that was a robot emotion or something. Although, I mean, if B12 is a human, you gotta figure that the other ones who have personalities, like all the people kind of, hid in the network, so to speak, when the virus was hitting. All the people who could, anyway. I'm weird in that I really could just sit here and like go to work and get some writing done and just leave this here as background, like ambient noise, and leave it as a picture on the wall, but that would be boring for everyone else, so we'll get going here. I'm gonna say, like, that was a solid emotional payoff. I know it's not done. We're gonna see other stuff. So good. How often is it, really, that you see a project start really early? You get to see some of the first screenshots, and you just get that little spark. You just see, like, you can't even put your finger on what it is. That's, you just trust that this is going to be a good thing. Your intuition tells you, like, this is going to rock, and it does. I hate to say it, 9 times out of 10, things finally get done, and they're just not all that, satisfying, right? You bet Walt Disney's in the network. Just his head, though. Sorry, maybe that's disrespectful. But anyway, Disney is the network. They are all in Disney. No, this has been such a nice surprise in that it really has panned out as well as, or even better than I'd hoped. So why don't we go ahead and we'll move on. You guys say goodbye to B12. Look at that. There's a French guy I follow on TikTok who basically takes you on tours of good food and places that are interesting to see. He does kind of like tourism for France, and in every TikTok he's in, there's a look at this place or look at that. The Zerks are deformed Mickey Mouses. Yeah, right. Yep. I'm going to... No, I'm not. I'm not going there. Pretty cool. All right. Moving on. Do these work for kitties? There's the other thing. Like B12's like, good luck. And I'm like, I'm a cat in a highly technical building. It doesn't seem to recognize cats. I also, man, I love the feeling here where you're looking out and going like, I don't even know what comes next. Like, I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to go down to the doors and probably meet my kitty friends. And, like, I don't know if this is our last view of the city or what. Do we see what's outside the walls? Like, so many questions. They have so much room for a really good sequel for other stories, you know? Nice gesture. Oof. I was kind of wondering if we were going to come out where that first access door was in the very beginning of the game. And I mean, it obviously looks similar, but different place, different doors. That was outstanding. Oh my gosh, I love that. You're not going to be able to shut me up about this one for a long time now. It's all going to be a dream that the cat is having. And she went to bed next to the other cats. You know what? Could have been. So there's an alternate mode of playing the game where you literally just sit there as the cat asleep having the dream. And when you try to do stuff in the game, instead of, you know, actually moving around, you just kind of make little kitty noises and your legs kick, like when cats are sleeping, dreaming about running. Instant classic. This game is that good. I mean, I could and have talked about all the things along the way that make it good in terms of the story, the gameplay, the graphics, the sound, the music, all that. But the fact that they were able to do this in a polished package. That's the other thing. How many games lately, especially so-called AAA games, ship with a bunch of garbage in them still? You know what I mean? Stray Tour, that was a terrible ending. In your opinion, at least. I can sympathize, but I like it. I was actually surprised. I'm weird in that this does what a story should. It doesn't try to pin down absolutely everything. The cat met its friends, but you can't show any version of that meeting that doesn't come across as trite or thin or just not what it should be. And so it concentrates all the emotion into that last gorgeous shot of the blue sky and the plants and the cat sitting at the top, and the cat disappears. Right? Like, the story goes on, but this is as far as we go with this one. I do agree. Like I said before, I want to see a sequel. I want to see DLC. I want to be able to play as different cats. I want to be able to get, like, Oh, I don't think B12 dies for nothing. There will respectfully disagree. No, B12 died to... you saw the benefit of what B12 did with everyone down below. The Zerks, it's implied, are dead, or at least chased so far into the shadows that they shouldn't be a problem. They should be able to deal with them now. The people down below, get to come up to the top and see what's left of the world. Kitty gets to go be with his friends. B12, did all that. B12 gave himself up for all that. I do want B12 to be in there somewhere, and I think that's that little thing at the end where you see the screen turn on. Right? Because B12 at the beginning was in the network. I'm hoping that B12 is still in the network. So it doesn't look like any alternate game modes or anything. Like, this is it. Which I can understand. I am a little disappointed, but I can understand. See if there's an alternate, nope, that's it. Oh my gosh. Really, really good. Super, super good. And yeah, sorry, parts of the end of it. In terms of the cat's ending, he died for nothing. Well, again, I don't think so. He actually... in terms of the cat's ending, let me think about that. So the cat would have been able to get out anyway. Or would he? No, the cat wouldn't have been able to get out anyway because... that door that we went out at the end was also locked by the whole lockdown. It's sort of implied. I don't know if it's said outright, but it's sort of implied at least. That door won't open unless the roof does too. The whole place is on lockdown. And that's what B12 changes. So he makes it so that door opens at the end so the cat can get out and go be with his little kitty friends. That was super, super emotional for me. I'm okay now. It's not I'm not devastated. But as far as stories go, yeah, there was a good payoff there, man. So I am going to play through again because you saw there are a lot of memories in there that I did not get. And B12 is now also a classic character in the game to me. And so naturally... I've got to go find the rest of B12's memories. We've got to do 100%. That's going to be the next round. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say now, I'm not going to do that one all on stream just because it means that it kind of limits when I can play, and I really want to play through. I will probably try to do a complete run of some kind in say, I don't know, 3 or 4 streams. Where I get 100% of the memories and try to keep the kitty deaths down to 0. Hopefully. I'm not going to do permadeath or anything. I'm not into that. That would just frustrate the heck out of me. But I'm going to just take some time and go do some exploring and stuff. So, we didn't see anything the cat does, so you expect the best about what So we expect the best. What about the bad? Like a dog could eat the cat the moment it fades to black. Well, that's the nature of those stories. If that's what you imagine, that's what you imagine. That's not what I imagine. And I don't think this is not meant to be a straight up Lady or the Tiger kind of story, if you know what I mean by that, right? Classic story where it ends before a decision is, a narrative decision is sort of made and you're left to wonder, which was it? I actually think, so here's the thing, in any story, you don't just look at the immediate dialogue. You don't even just look at body language and characters and that kind of thing. Take a holistic look at it and see what it says about where the narrative is going. Like, could the author come back? Could they come back and say, just like you said, like, oh, well, it turned out that, like, as the cat went down kind of over the hill, that there were a bunch of sun zerks, you know, or something. You know what I mean? Like, something that we haven't seen in the game. Turns out there's one offshoot of Zerks who have learned to survive in sunlight, and they're the next wave of problems. And the kitty finds out that those Zerks ate all its kitty friends, and that's it. Or maybe the Zerks even eat that cat, and now it's some kitten that ends up being the main character in part 2. You know, but no, this one, if you look at where all the currents are flowing, metaphorically speaking, if you look at where everything is going in terms of the visual cues, the narrative cues, the cat, the everything about it, it suggests a contented ending. I'm going to say a happy ending because I think happy endings are poorly defined. If the cat goes on, the cat dies someday, right? Give you a concrete ending, good or bad. Oh man, don't read my stuff. There's so much where very often the most important thing you can say in a story can't be said directly. If you try to say it directly, it's like trying to convince someone of some deeply held, like to convince someone to change some deeply held sentiment just through cold logic. It just doesn't work. Like I said, I respect it. You liked what you liked. I'm not saying you're wrong for not liking for wanting the concrete ending. I totally get it. I'm just saying personally, from my point of view, this was spot on. I wouldn't want this any other way. So, I loved it. So yeah, and it was. Here's the thing. Actually, now I haven't actually published anything. I'm not going to try to put myself here in a position of some kind of actual, like an author, someone who's published work. But I've been doing this long enough and analyzing other works to know that when you come up with an ending like that, a lot of the time you're not doing it to the author doesn't necessarily sit down and go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it so that they have to decide that, the ending's whatever you want. If it were the ending's whatever you want, like the cat goes up and there's a choice to be made and we don't see the choice the cat makes, I don't like those either. I do not like Lady or the Tiger endings. This wasn't one of those to me. I can see a lot of signs that point in a certain direction. And like I was started to say before your last comment, we know that nothing good lasts forever. It sounds really sorry if this sounds too down, but it's true. In this world, nothing good lasts forever. And so we know that at some point the cat's going to die. We know that, his kitty friends are going to get sick. We know that society is going to fall down at some point. So is it a happy or sad ending? Well, it's as happy as it can be that the kitty makes it back. It's a beautiful day, that his friends are going to be there, and they'll have you can presume that they'll have a mostly good life with the usual ups and downs that any living thing has in this world. Have I read The Giver? I've not read the whole thing. I know The Giver. I know the gist of it, but I've not read the book. I've seen the film. The film was, I like Jeff Bridges played the main character in that one, right? Or one of the main characters, anyway. He was like the teacher or I can't remember the name of the role, the person who hands down all the memories and all that. I just think the film kind of lost some of its footing. It meandered a little too much. Didn't have a good punch to it. Like the narrative that's told at the end of this one, through, again, holistically, through all the different ways you tell a narrative, everything was pointing towards contentment, catharsis, resolution. Even if we don't get to see it all. That's, again, it's kind of like you look to see where the river's flowing. There can always be a bend in the river. There guaranteed will be. At some point, it'll empty back into the ocean. Boy, it sounds, with this music playing, all rivers go to the ocean. Blah, 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 blah. I'll start doing some sort of voice ASMR thing. Crinkle some plastic as I'm saying this. So, again, to be clear, I respect your position. I'm not trying to convince you that you should feel differently. It's more like you're bringing up some ideas as to why you don't like it. I hear that. Totally respect them. They're just acting as a counterpoint to like I had a different response, and this is what I feel about it. I say that because, again, so often when these things come up and two people have very different responses to a story, they liked it, they didn't, and that kind of thing, it can sound like, or it can turn into one person trying to convince the other that, no, you're feeling the wrong thing about the ending of this. I get it. Like, I get that this is, the ending here was not what you would want to see. But I would say this too about the idea of sequel. If they made something that was on par with this, it would have a really similar ending. Like, they might add to it a little bit, but you can kind of tell in their narrative style, like, they're going to do something like that again, you know? Like, let's say they open it up so that you get to see what's outside the walls, and now you've got to deal with a much, much bigger problem, or you take the first steps into solving a much bigger problem. And there again, like, all you get to see is the start of the change you make, but you don't get to see everything fully healed or resolved, you know? You just know that it's headed that way. It could still go wrong someday. Your teacher cried, saying they're gonna have a family at the house. They find it when it ends, and I said, guy's gonna empty a double barrel into them. That's my ending, because it could be. Oh, okay. So again, you're. What's interesting too to me that when something doesn't maybe have a concrete ending, why imagine a negative one? I wonder, like, maybe we'll talk about that offline. Because if I'm commenting on it now, I'm kind of commenting on something more deeply that you said, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to make you I don't want to do some sort of analysis of you on stream. Everyone just goes to the ending, be all nice, though. I'd rather have a good concrete ending. Yeah. My experience with life has been that, again, there's no, like, we all know where we all end up. And so the endings that I personally prefer are the ones that leave that acknowledgement kind of at the bottom of the, kind of at the bottom line is, this part is resolved. There's a good time here, things are good until eventually, we go the way of all flesh, and another set of stories is told by another set of generation until our own stories are forgotten. Like, that's where it all goes. So, yeah, I'll put it this way. I think it's best to try to phrase it as a question. Not really a question, but I'm wondering if the desire for a concrete ending, I could see two different sides of that I'm curious about. One of them is where it feels like, okay, the author committed to something. Like, here's the ending. They've been deciding what the story is the whole time. Why would they decide how it ends too? Then it feels like it feels cheap to, like, leave out a concrete something at the end. So that's one possibility that probably plays into it. Because, like I said, I don't like Lady or the Tiger stories. I don't like it where they pull back so far that they just kind of abandon their work in progress. The other thing I wonder is if, I think a lot of the reason people go to stories, especially stories that are, like, say Hollywood, mainstream sort of things, is the need for that happy ending is aligned with a need for things to be okay in general, right? Like, I need to see everything be okay, because that's one of the reasons I'm watching these stories is um, we all know that not everything is not okay in real life. And I want some contentment. I want it there on the platter in the film presented to me. Show me the good thing. Show me the happy ending, because that's one of the reasons I'm watching this movie. It's one of the reasons I go to watch movies or read books or anything like that at all. And it's because you committed to something that has no payoff. Has no payoff that this paid off for me, but it doesn't pay off in a way that's satisfying for you. I was actually surprised by the ending of this. I was sitting here like jaw open looking at the framing of that last shot. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was sublime to me. And I was waiting, like, were we going to see the other cats at all? Or were we just going to see, and then it's exactly what I was thinking. We just see the cat kind of disappear, and then that blur, and then a little hint that something's going on in the network, and that's it. Like, it didn't try to button up absolutely everything. I don't want it to. In figuring out writing for myself, I've come across this idea that resonates with me, and it's the idea that writing is like art, is like film, is like any other form of art, where if you're doing it with the thought that you're making art, consider that maybe you are trying to you're trying to cultivate a flower in someone else's garden. You're trying to grow a tree in someone else's forest. Like, you're trying to make something happen where it's like the idea in the movie Inception. In the movie Inception, they talked about this idea of planting an idea so deeply in someone else's subconscious that they think they came up with it. That's what really good art does, is it plants this idea that makes it feel like it came from me. The challenge in doing that, or a challenge in doing that, is that the more concrete you try to make a thing, the less chance there is that it'll feel like their own idea. It's just human nature. The more I say it looked exactly like this and it behaved this way and here's why it did it, and that is exactly why I don't read a lot of genre fiction anymore, is because it is all about the enjoyment of those concrete details, And so when there's when something ends this way, this is the perfect balance to me of the things that were in the work that I enjoyed, that then let the actual ending cultivate in me, not on the screen. And that's exactly what I want. So not everyone wants that. Like the stories I read are like that too. The films I enjoy also like that. They don't try to have this, because you and I disagree. This was an ending to me. This was a good ending. But again, respect. I get not everyone's going to like that. I'll be curious to hear what other folks think too. I find that I tend to be the oddball. Frankly, I tend to be the one who, is looking for some weird esoteric thing in a story, and most people, when they see something very different. So yeah, I'll be curious to hear what audiences in general think of what happened here. Just because, I'm curious to see if they feel the same way you do. They're like, that wasn't an ending. And how much of that talk will then lead directly into like you said, like a sequel or else. Like a sequel or that sucked. Which, hey, if that puts pressure on them to create a sequel, I'm all for it. But if they never make another one of these, if they go on to make other games, I'm personally very satisfied with this too. So yeah, you and I looked for very different payoffs at the end of things. So trying to think of some other books I've read recently that are like that. So there's a zombie movie about these people survive in a mall for a while. They finally try to escape and they go on a boat, find an island, and they get on it. And they're swarmed by zombies. And I need some like Jeopardy music or something for in between here while you're typing. I also, I'm realizing I need another screen. I've got my start, end, intermission, and content. And the content, oh, and they all die. And it's such this meaning but terrible ending. But you loved it. Because it was concrete. Yeah, and again, you and I are on opposite sides. I hate that kind of stuff. It's not my cup of tea. That one in particular, those kinds of endings I don't like. It's one of the reasons that I like stories in horror that challenge the notion, very, very real notion out there among horror authors, that horror stories have to end bleak. They have to end because really horror is all about our mortality and our frailty, and if they don't, then they're lying to us. Aside from maybe the sort of more visceral, people want to see something, not shocking, but they want to see something full of, they want to have an intense ending, and so like in this sort of thing, they all die. It's intense and it's an end. It tells you exactly what happened. But yeah, to me, those sorts of things, I don't know about this one in particular. I haven't seen this. Those endings very often to me just feel fatalistic. Concretion is not a concern for me. I'm not looking for that. So sure, it's concrete, but it's concrete in a direction that makes me reject the rest of the story. Like, oh, that's where you're going. Okay, I don't agree with that sentiment. That's garbage. You go live your fatalistic life. I'm done. I'll move on to something else. I will even take something like Cormac McCarthy's The Road. I think you would hate the ending. I think you would absolutely hate the ending of the book. Don't watch the movie. The movie movie is a typical thing where they were like, I love this book. Let's rewrite it and put it on the screen. And they focused on things that weren't emphasized nearly as much in the book. And it's unfortunate because the guy who plays the dad, all of a sudden I can't think of his name either, actor who played Aragorn in Lord of the Rings and all that. But anyway, really good actor. Really potential for a really, really heartfelt story. Bleak, though. Definitely bleak. I just where I'm going here in a minute is that it's not just the bleak that I mind or don't. Because this one it's bleak, but it isn't necessarily fatalistic. The Road, without spoiling the ending for anyone out there, the ending of it does eventually the book kind of stops. It has to stop. And there's a reflection. There's a very brief reflection at the end, which is some of the most beautiful writing I've seen in anything I've read. I have to go back and look at it every now and then just to kind of absorb it and go, how did he do that? What is going on with language there that so perfectly conveys this idea, But it's not concrete. It's not a concrete ending. It's a little sort of a rumination, a 1 or 2 paragraph collection of thoughts at the end that, and you, in terms of what happens to people, you find out what happens to some people, not all of them. And do we know what happens with the world? In this case, I think we do. If you're paying attention to the story and some of the key details that he describes near the end, you'll figure out kind of where things go. Anyway, the point is that it's another example of one where I don't think you would like it at all. I loved it because of how it kept things, didn't try to button up absolutely everything. Okay, it's not that you strive for good endings. Yes, agreed. Yeah, just like that example. I love The Road. It's one of my favorite books. Really bleak ending. Bleak all the way through, and then it ends hard. It's like, oh, man, that is a tough load to carry. Just a meaningful ending. And the Walking Dead comic ending was really good. The child you watch grow up has a child and reads a book to put her to sleep. Nice. Yep. So, but to me, that one's open ended too. By like what you were saying, by analogy or similar example. I assume that there are still zombies. You were talking about how someone had them in a sideshow. So you could also have that on the next page, she gets up in the morning and finds that zombies have very quietly broken in somehow, or someone has let them in, and they've devoured her daughter. It doesn't tell you what happened to the kid. It's just this moment of, between the parent and child that's nice. It suggests something positive looking forward, but, doesn't tell you everything that happened. So, yeah, no, but I would agree. You don't have to have, happy endings. Most of what I like doesn't have a happy ending, but it has a emotional ending. So, alrighty. Well, only been on here for what, hour and a half, a little more, not quite 2 hours. Short stream for today. But I'm going to start winding down here, and maybe I will go work on a keyboard build. I have so many switches I have to prep, that I have to lubricate by hand. I don't even know how I'm going to... There are a couple of them that are pre-lubed. I know I don't want to leave them as is, because one of the things, changing topics here briefly at least, one of the things that is helpful to do when you are hand lubricating the switches in a keyboard is you get rid of that little ping sound that the spring makes. Like if you put your head down near a keyboard, or maybe put your head on the desk and then take a key and hit it over and over, you'll hear this like sustained mechanical ting as the spring goes back and forth. You can get rid of that by putting some lubricant on the spring. So I've got literally hundreds of switches that I've got to take apart, lubricate by hand, reassemble, test, and the whole thing. It's a long process. We're talking good 10, 12 or more hours. The cutoff ending I don't see as an actual ending. It's just a ... It's an ellipsis for a sequel, and sometimes people use it as an ending. Fair point. So, but now I get, like I said, thank you for being willing to chat about this. I love this stuff. I'm always looking to... The fact that you see it differently, I really, really, really value. I can't tell you how much. Because, again, this doesn't boil down to right, wrong. Part of it is preference. Part of it is that analysis that helps you understand, like, why am I reacting to this way? It fosters self-awareness. It's all the awesome things that good literature can do. And I would classify this particular game as literature. Absolutely. I think I'm also just feeling it in the moment. Maybe it really isn't. It doesn't have to be something good. I think that's the first thing I need to challenge myself in. So this is at least sci-fi. It's literature in that... Actually, no, I have to take it back. I don't think it is. And it isn't because it doesn't experiment with form, other than the fact that it's a game. It doesn't focus on character transformation. The cat is the same at the beginning and the end. Although I'd say that B12 is actually one of the main characters, but we didn't get inside B12's head to really see that transformation. It doesn't... yeah, when I think about it, I wouldn't say this is literary. I would just say that this is just a really, really good game. Really good example of sci-fi genre. But anyway, yeah. Digging into that stuff and tearing apart, like, what makes it tick and why does it work and why doesn't it and what do you like and what don't you? And what do different people look for in stories? How do people experience them? I love that stuff. Like I hinted at before, I'm going to be trying to switch to more writing streams. It's one of the reasons I got the new mic set up, is that I think that works better for doing readings. And also I have one typewriter ASMR stream I did that didn't get a ton of traffic, but when people find it, they seem to really like it. And setting up a mic to be able to record the sounds better was part of this whole thing. So I'll probably be doing some of those. But on the ones where I do some readings and the one where I do writing sprints, yeah, I'm hoping to be able to talk about this kind of thing a lot more. You know, hoping to be able to go over just breaking down stories, analyzing literature, analyzing fiction. For people who groove on that kind of thing, it'll be a lot of fun. And I have to say, I'm encouraged. I've actually been looking up writing streams on Twitch, and there are a lot more of them than there used to be. I mean, there used to be, I think I found one or two total. They actually have some metadata, the tags that you can put on streams for people who are actually writing on stream. Kind of like people have been doing art on stream for a long time. You know, you can basically just watch someone draw or whatever. You can now also like hang out and chat and watch someone write. And again, when you're doing writing sprints, yes, there's a good 10 to 15 minutes of quiet, but then in between there, you get, that's when you kind of open it up and chat with people and talk about what they're working on and what they like, and so it should be fun. I'm going to call this good. I'm going to call it a day. You can see my mouse showing up on the screen there. Let's move that out of the way. Seriously, Jamie, really good discussion. I always appreciate what you bring to the table. I look forward to these streams. So I think my favorite streams are the ones where we start going deep on some of these topics. So hope you have a really good day. And I'm probably not going to stream again until my usual day, till Tuesday. And then I don't know what I'm going to stream. Like, I'm probably going to play Stray a little bit in between and see what else I can do with it. I might do some more like previewing the Tomorrow Children, since that's going to be coming out in a little over a month now. Might do some Fallout, but the Fallout stuff the Fallout stuff ran thin a long time ago. When I play it these days, sometimes it feels fun, and other days I just start it up, collect the free stuff they offer every day, and then quit. So I don't think it'll be that. Maybe we'll play some more Angerfoot too. We'll just kind of hang out, listen to the thumpy music, and run like hell through a building full of bad guys. You have a good night too. God bless. Take care, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.